I have had so many requests to review this saw, the Milwaukee M18 7¼ circular saw, and thanks to our friends over at Acme Tools, they made it possible for us to take a look at it. Now I will put a link in the description below for this saw. It's actually on sale right now at the moment while this video has just been uploaded. We are going to use and abuse, slice and dice. We are really going to put this thing through the paces. Sorry, Acme. Now, I remember when the rear handle saw came out, everybody was kind of bummed out that it was left-handed because it was a left-sided blade. Well, this is a right-sided blade, and this is the answer to what you have been looking for. This thing is extremely beastly. I'm going to make all different kind of cuts. We're going to run it through treated 6x6. We're going to make some bevel cuts. We're going to do everything with it. We're going to talk about specs. Everything you need to know about the saw will be in this video. Now again, this is the 7¼ brushless Milwaukee Fuel 18 volt. I'm not a big fan of the blades on the right because I am right-handed and they're just tough for me to use. But let's take a look at this base here. You got that stamped metal over there. You know, as far as it goes with the numbers, they're not the most prominent. They are still pretty easy to read. They're not as prominent as the Makitas, but definitely better than the rigid octanes. The other thing I will tell you is that there are no positive stops on this saw, just like the rear handle saw, no positive stops. Some people don't care about that, some people do. Now we'll bevel up to 50 degrees, very simple to do. All you got to do is turn that knob up in the front, it loosens it, it tightens it, really like that. You also got the onboard storage wrench. You also have the rafter hanger, which we'll talk about that here in a bit. Even though it does work, again, we'll talk about that here in a bit. Now you got 5,800 RPM on this. I will tell you the guard, unlike the Makita that we reviewed, this guard is flawless, works great. Now you do have the adjustment depth right here, the lever, not real happy with that. Kind of smashed my fingers a couple times when I was trying to loosen that up, but all in all it works very good. It's not real loose to the point that it's just going to slide around all over the place. Again, here's a closer look of the bevel. All you got to do is loosen that up and bevel it to where you want it to be. Again, no positive stops. I will tell you though, everything is very smooth when you go to make those adjustments, so very happy with that. Now at the 50 degree you can make a 2.5 inch cut. I'll show you that here in a bit. At 45 degree the max depth you can make is 1.875 inch, and at 90 degree you can make 2.5 inch. So for today's testing, we are using the bad boy HD 12.0. Goes right in the back, only takes one battery, and this thing is really balanced. That's one of the first things I have noticed when I picked this saw up, is how well it was actually balanced. It really does feel great in your hands. Now they state with the battery it weighs 12.45 pounds. I'm guessing that's with the 5.0. We're using the 12.0, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. And we are going to need all 5,800 RPM to slice and dice down through this treated 6x6. That's coming up here soon, but let's check out that blade break. Starts up really fast and stops even faster, so very well done on that. Now we all know the MDF is the devil, but let's try it on this first. Man, he is a really good dancer. Looks like his feet's hot though. That MDF though, blown right out the side. Loving that dust extraction. Alright, let's try some plywood here. Thing is really smooth, man. Now again, I'm right-handed, but even for this saw, it's actually really simple to use, and it got that good line of sight. I'll show you that here in a bit what I mean. Here's a 50 degree cut.
So smooth.
I mean, seriously, it really is. This thing is pretty amazing. So you can just see that cut. Those blades, I actually like Milwaukee blades, but let's do a plunge cut here and see what it does. Well, let's try that again. I definitely do struggle with the right-sided blades. That's freaking amazing, man. I mean, it just goes right down through that. Now, the dust chute, it did have a little bit of issue with the clog up. It's really weird because I have not had that issue anywhere else in this video. So, a little bit strange, but let's just try to see how that guard works. That guard works flawlessly. Way better than the Makita. Sorry, Makita, I'm just being honest with you. Here we go, right down through a treated 6x6. Insane. Here's a different angle. Check out that dust being blown right out the side. Now, you do get an extraction hookup for your vacuum, but man, this thing is just blasting down through that wood. With that high output 12AH battery, man, I'm telling you, it is really impressive. If you get a chance to try this, or if you have tried this, let me know in the comments section below. Really no bog down at all. Let's do a bunch of cross cuts here and see what it does. And again, just watch that guard going right up over top, not sticking at all. So far, just really impressed with the performance of this. Alright, so we're going to do a different view. We're going to give you a couple different views so you can see this thing in action, but going through those knots, I mean, you know, that dust extraction, I don't know what was up with the plunge, but man, I'll tell you what, it just blowing that stuff out like nothing. Now, Milwaukee does say 750 cuts per charge, and I'm guessing that's through a 2x4. They also claim that it is faster than a 15 amp corded saw. You know, from what I'm seeing, I believe them. Oh yeah, and please subscribe, hit that bell notification, don't forget to smash that like button. Wow, alright, so let's move it over to a 45-degree cut. Wow, I'll be honest with you guys, really did not think it was going to perform like it did. That thing just is a powerhouse times 100. It is really impressive. Now, here's a couple of the negatives. Number one is, you know, I really wish there was positive stops. I just don't get why they don't put them on. Oh, you do get an LED light here, by the way. Now, I know a lot of people don't care about the positive stops, but I like them. The blade is on the right, which is great for some of you. For me, it's not. But I will tell you, you can see right there, even if you were on the other side of the saw, they give you that viewing window basically in the shoe, and you can still see what you're doing. So not that bad. Now the power of this saw, it is just amazing, and it's smooth. There is a little bit more vibration that I noticed in this saw compared to the rear handle saw, but very minimal. As far as it goes with the cuts, every one of them was smooth. They were easy to make, no bogging down. It was just really impressive. Now, the one thing I really do not like about this saw is the rafter hook. On the rigid octane, you can adjust it. It's basically the same setup as the rigid octane, but this one you can't. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if I really trust it up there like that. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, it's fine, but would you walk under that if you had to? Now, just to give you a comparison to the rear handle, and yes, I know the rear handle is longer, and this one's a little bit shorter, so they can add the longer one, but look at the difference, how much more secure it is on that rear handle than the Sidewinder. I just really don't care for it. Other than that issue and the positive stops, which me personally I don't care for, and it being a right-handed blade, this thing is just an absolute powerhouse. If it was not for a couple of those things, which might even be minor things to you, I would dare to say this is almost a perfect saw. And you don't have to run it on the 12AH, you could run it on the 9, you can even run it on the 5. The build quality is obviously there. It's a Milwaukee. The dust port, other than that one little issue that we had, it worked flawlessly. It is an extremely comfortable saw. Even though I'm right-handed, it's still comfortable. So if you're left-handed, this is going to be great for you. I am really happy with it. I want to know what you think. Have you used it? Are you planning on using it? If you have used it or if you're planning on using it, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Please do not forget to smash that like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other reviews. Come say hi to us on the Instagram page at Tool Review Zone. With that, we'll be back with more videos soon.